Good morning and welcome to the Rapid City Planning Commission meeting for February 23rd, 2017. If any member of the audience wishes to speak to an item on the Planning Commission agenda, there are speaker request forms on the table along the left wall. Please fill out the request with the agenda number of the item you wish to speak to and hand it to the staff seated on the left of the dais. At this time, we would also like to ask that if any member of the audience has a cell phone or other electronic device, that you either turn it off or turn the ringer to silent. If you need to take a call, please step out to the hallway so the meeting is not disrupted. Items 1 through 15 have been placed on the consent calendar and may be approved as a group. Action will be taken on all consent items in accordance with staff's recommendation by a single vote. Any item may be removed from the consent calendar by any planning commissioner, staff member, or audience member for separate consideration at this time. The findings of this planning commission are recommendations to the City Council. The City Council will make the final decision with the exception of the following items. Item 5, 17 PD 002, and Item 6, 1 UR 002. The Rapid City Planning Commission's actions on these items are final unless any party appeals that decision to the Rapid City Council. All appeals must be submitted in writing to the Community Planning and Development Services Department by close of business on the 7th full calendar day following action by the Planning Commission. Are there any items 1 through 15 that staff would like removed?
No, thank you.
Are there any items that 1 through 15 that the Planning Commissioners would like removed?
I think
Number 4 and number 3.
3.
Okay, number 3 and number 4 will be pulled. Gotta get the audience. Is there any items the audience would like removed? 1 through 15? Steve. Steve made the motion to approve items 1 through 15, except items 3 and 4. Galen seconded that motion. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 3, I think was pulled so Karen can abstain. Galen made the motion to approve item 3 per the staff recommendations. Is it Kim seconded that motion? Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carries with Karen abstaining. Item 4, I believe Kim and Kurt need to abstain from this item. Galen made the motion to approve. Karen seconded that motion to approve per staff recommendations. All those in favor, please say aye. 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 Opposed? Motion carries. So we're up to item 16.
Mr. Chair, item 16, the applicant is emailed last night indicating that they're continuing to work on design issues and has requested that the item be continued to the second meeting in March, the March 23rd Planning Commission meeting. And that's staff's recommendation.
All right. Karen made the motion to continue to March 23rd. Steve seconded that motion. All those in favor, please say aye. 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 Opposed? 17.
Item 17, the applicant has requested that the rezoning be continued to the March 9th Planning Commission meeting.
Okay, March 9th?
March 9th.
Karen made the motion to continue to March 9th. Steve seconded that motion. All those in favor, please say aye. 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 Opposed? Continued to March 9th. Item 18.
Thank you. Good morning. Item number 18 is 17P003, a final plan development to allow mixed-use commercial development located on approximately 1.94 acres of land at 405 Canal Street. This is the location of the old Landstrom's gold and jewelry manufacturing facility located in the Gap. The applicant is proposing a mixed-use commercial development comprising of retail space, office space, a coffee shop with a drive-through lane, and a restaurant. This is all part of the first phase of development. This is actually a two-phase development. The second phase will be coming in at a later date, which will include additional office retail and potentially a microbrewery, which will require a major amendment to the plan development before you today. Let's take you through some slides. Property is zoned general commercial district. Property to the north and to the west is zoned flood hazard district as part of the Rapid City Parks park system. We do have some redevelopment occurring in this area right now. As you're aware, Lost Cabin Brewery was recently approved, located on Canal and West Omaha. Aerial view of the property, the Landstrom's facility located there. No structural, there is a structural expansion that is being proposed as part of this development. It's located in this just for you'll see this on the site plan in a moment, but there is a small expansion proposed right there for the coffee shop, and the drive-through lane will circulate through here. Future land use of the area is mixed-use commercial district. Notice that the property to the north and to the west is shown as Parks and Greenway and is part of the Parks Department today. This should actually limit some of the anticipated development of the area in the future, as it's zoned Park Forest District and is not anticipated to become any commercial development. Also, if you're familiar with the area, you do have a railroad right-of-way separating this property from West Main Street located to the south. So there will be no access coming from West Main. West Main and West Omaha are shown as principal arterial streets on the city's major street plan. The applicant has requested 3 exceptions as part of this request. The first is a reduction in the required amount of on-street parking from 122 spaces to 70 spaces. This is due to the increase in the variety and the number of different uses that are being introduced on the property. As a manufacturing facility, that parking ratio was down. When you start introducing retail and office space into the equation, that parking ratio tends to go up. Along with that, they are requesting a reduction to eliminate the 2 required landscaping islands in the parking lot to 0. I think you'll see with the landscaping plan that they are proposing some additional vegetation around the drive-through lane and to screen the building. That should assist in mitigating any impacts to the development. And then finally, they are requesting an exception to reduce the required landscaping on the site from 68,718 points to 57,724 points. That proposed reduction does come with some targeted landscaping located in very specific areas. Again, you'll see that in a moment, to try and help mitigate any impacts of the proposed development. The site plan for the site, as I noted before, there is a proposed expansion for the coffee shop located here. I should also note that there is a proposed outdoor seating area located here. As the applicant is not requesting an on-sale liquor establishment as a part of this request, that patio does not have to be screened or separated from the rest of the parking lot, the development on the site. Look at the building elevations. It's a rather unique building in Rapid City that everyone, I think, is very aware of. I think the architecture that's been submitted really goes a long way towards opening up the windows, opening up the structure to make it more appealing for a retail commercial use. Here's that landscaping plan that I noted. So that patio that I mentioned is right here. So you'll notice that there's the majority of their landscaping has been located around that patio to try and create some buffering between the parking lot, the street, and the patio use. And then in addition, they've provided additional landscaping here around the menu boards for the coffee drive-through, and along that drive-through lane as well to the south. Based on the location of the landscaping and the existing characteristics of the site, I think that the landscaping that they are providing goes a long way towards mitigating any impacts to parking on the rest of the building. Will provide a nice public space or quasi-public space for the building with the patio, and really softens the impact of that drive-through. So the exception to reduce the landscaping and the exception to waive the landscaping islands, I think, is warranted here given the characteristics of the site and the targeting of the landscaping that they can provide. Look at the floor plans for the site. As you can see, this is the basement. It's primarily going to be storage space at this time. First floor, here's that proposed expansion for the drive-through or the coffee shop. This line designates phase 1 and phase 2, so we're only talking about the left half of your screen here. That's primarily shown as retail space on the first floor and office space on the second floor. Look with the signpost on the property at the east side of the structure. As you remember from the elevations, those windows or that side of the structure should be opened up with windows. A look at Rapid Street looking to the west, a Rapid Street from the other end of the site looking towards the east, Canal Street looking towards the north and towards Founders Park. Look at the west-facing elevation of the building, the existing parking that they will be redeveloping, striping today or as a part of this project, and one more look at the structure from the east-facing elevation. Staff was really excited when this project came forward. We'd like to see redevelopment, reuse of existing sites. We think this is a unique location and a unique structure, and believe that the redevelopment of this site will go a long way towards contributing to the rejuvenation of both the downtown area and the Bacon Park area. With that, staff is recommending that the application be approved with the stipulations noted in the staff report.
Thanks, Robert. Karen?
Thank you. Excuse me. Rob, I have one question. First, I want to say I think this is a great way to reuse a building and going to have some great uses in there, and I think the public will really be excited about it. My question is, in the staff report, you mentioned something about a street light on Omaha, I believe, and it was at Canal, or I'm not sure which street it was. Do you know when those warrants will be ready to put that street light up?
I'm trying to bring up a street section here that we can take a look at.
Mr. Chair, maybe we could have Ted Johnson field that question for us.
Sure. Ted?
Mr. Chairman, I do not. It's part of the Omaha reconstruction, I believe, or included in that, but I do not know what the timing is for that.
Okay.
I can't answer that.
I didn't know if you knew or anybody knew, but I think that'll help in the long run, but I just thought it would be...
Sure it will. I don't have the timing. I don't know that DOT has figured out exactly when they're going to do that project.
Okay.
So that would have to be done first, but it's in the future someplace. I guess foreseeable future. So,
Okay. Thanks, Ted.
well,
Mr. Chair,
Yeah.
speaking to that item, Ted's correct. Obviously, it's a state highway, so they'll make that determination. But in addition, they're bringing this in as a two-phase project. What that allows us to do is, if phase 1 is approved with the reduced parking and some of the comments as Rob just provided for your consideration, we can see how the site functions. And when they come in with the second half of the project, if we see that there's going to be some congestion or parking issues, we'll be back before you and hopefully have some better solutions at that time. So that did allow us to support the parking exception to the extent that was requested, noting that this is a phased project and we will look at it again.
Thank you. Karen?
That's it.
Okay. Kurt?
I just need to abstain from the vote on this one.
Okay.
Second.
All right. Steve made the motion to approve with the staff stipulations. Karen seconded that motion. Any further discussion on the item? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries with Kurt's abstention. We're already up to discussion items.
Mr. Chair, we would just like to welcome Rachel Caesar to the Planning Commission. She is our newest member and will be sitting at the alternate number 2 position. So thank you, Rachel, for joining us.
Yes, welcome. Any other staff items, discussion items? All right. Steve made the motion to adjourn. Karen seconded that motion. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.